Good morning, everyone. I'm back again today for another car review. And today we got something that I just picked up not too long ago, and usually you don't see these in this good of a shape. My friends and I usually call this right here in the E-Class of around this time the hood Mercedes, because usually you see these things in the hood and they're all beat up. But this one is a nice example of a early 2000s S-Class that you really don't see them in this shape anymore. So I really wanted to make a video about this and kind of just share a little bit of my experience with it and some cool things that I think this car has that maybe somebody who's looking for a used luxury car, something a little older, might like. But in my opinion, I mean, these things are just stunning. These days, the S-Class, the E-Class, the C-Class, all of them, they look the same. But back in these days, they had distinct styling. These had the big headlights and the big grille and that Mercedes logo just on the hood like that. That's real nice. You can wiggle it around and stuff. And then the E-Class had the circular headlights, and then the C-Class had the rounded headlights a little bit. But this one here is the 2001 Mercedes S430. This means it's the V8 version, the base model, but it's the base V8. And yeah, let me, before we start getting into the car itself, let me open up the hood, which is down here somewhere. This baby right here. Okay. It's like a grandma car, but in my opinion, it's got a second life with me. Let me pull this up. Okay. Now, sorry guys, I detailed the car. Well, I didn't even detail the car. I just washed it, but the engine's dirty. But yes, here we have a 4.3 liter V8. This is the M113 motor. They're very, very reliable motors, and it comes with a 5-speed transmission, which was very common at the time for the North American models. You can see I played around with I took the covers off and did some inspections on it before I got it. But these motors and these transmissions are very good. The car itself is very good. The only thing that I would say is an issue with these cars is the reliability of the electronics. But as far as the motor goes and the transmission goes, and just the reliability of the car, they're pretty good. As you can see here, these don't look like your regular shocks. It's because they're not. It's aromatic suspension, or for these models they were called ABC ABC suspension, which is known as active body control suspension. I don't know if you can see down there. They're airbags that adjust with the height of your car to keep it level the entire time. So you can see it's kind of on a hill, but the car maintains itself leveled with this active body control suspension. A lot of people complain about this suspension and say that it is unreliable, that it leaks. Like you can see, this one barely has any space, maybe 2 fingers worth, and up in the front it might be like 3. Yeah, like 3. So when it works, it works, and when it doesn't work, well, if you're not mechanically savvy, it could be a costly repair, especially if you take it right to the Mercedes dealer. One thing that I have found is that there are OEM, similar to the OEM, called Arnaud's, it's something French, air suspension, air struts replacement for these cars, and I can leave a link to those in the description below the video so you guys can see. But that is one of the more quote-unquote unreliable parts of this vehicle, but it's not something that should turn you off. A lot of people do go to put epoxy on the airbag, says it keeps it better for longer. But yeah, let me talk a little bit about the styling now that we're out of the a little bit about the mechanical stuff. I mean, it's beautiful. I think I'm gonna daily this thing for a while. This is just, swag. I mean, I don't have any other word to put it. It's beautiful, man. Look at these rims. They're 16 inches and they're chrome. And in this particular model, they have no curb rash. I can't believe it. I use cars, you never see them with no curb rash. And in my last video, in my Chrysler video, it was blacked out all the way on the tint. I haven't had a chance to do that to this one, but I will. Right now it looks like a very sleek and elegant car, and then you could tell if you were in 2001 and you bought this thing new, you're the man, right? But these days they're a little more common. Like I said, they're the hood Mercedes, but this is a very well kept example, and they're stunning with the styling. I mean, the front, the grille's huge. It's got this sporty looking bumper, these big headlights, and they're beautiful headlights. It's almost like I don't know. It's just a great shape. You don't really see that kind of shape anymore. It's a long car too. It's got some chrome accent right along the side and all along the window right there too. So it matches the rims pretty well. You can see along in the back too. These rear tail lights, they're not. They made them like this in the pre-facelift models. This is a pre-facelift model, so there's only 2 white lines, but in the post-facelift it's 4. And I think these come from the W124. I think was the first model to incorporate this style of tail lights. And you can see the original owner bought these from Murray Imports in Denver. Good thing is they were a snowbird, so this car has no rust. Because these cars were also known to get rusty, but when they're as well kept as this one, it's like a time machine. They're stunning vehicles. A lot of people have given me compliments, but it's beautiful. So let's go inside. I'll show you guys the inside a little bit. There is a couple things wrong with the car on the inside. I mean, the only thing really is that the previous owner was a big guy, so he broke this, but that's a $30 fix. I already looked it up. Mercedes was they were judged a little bit. They said that the quality of these cars went down, that they used cheap parts and tried to incorporate brand new technologies. But in my opinion, I mean, this thing is it's a good looking car on the inside. I mean, got wood and leather everywhere. You got your ESP control. Press this once, it lowers your suspension a little bit. Press it twice, it lowers it all the way as much as it can. I think it's like 1 inch or 2 inches. This is to raise it in case you're going over bumps. This is to put the back, that's me. The back headlights, or these things, I don't know what the hell they're called. The rear seat headrests. Lock the car, hazards, anti-tow, and this is to lift the rear shade in the back. So this has got it's a really nice inside. And stick the key inside so you can hear how it starts. It's quiet, it's the telescope steering wheel comes out to greet me. You can see I've been getting 17.1 in the city. I don't really do too much highway driving. Quiet. Look at that. Let me see the odometer so you guys can see it. 57,707, and I bought this with 56.9. So it's a really well kept model. This it also works with the memory seating, and here has like the nice shape of a seat. This is where you adjust your mirrors. This is where the windows are, the child lock, and this is the trunk button. Your standard shifter, winter and summer driving, park, reverse, neutral drive. This is to control where the air comes out of, obviously the temperature, the fans. And then this is a little bit of an outdated setup, but it is pretty cool. It has a screen, and the screen's not touch screen, it's like you spin this. So, and I got the smooth jazz radio on. Yeah, it's pretty good. The speakers are great. I don't know if you guys are able to hear that. The passenger seat, I mean, there's a bunch of room. Yeah, I mean, it's a beautiful car. I got some cleaning supplies back there because I was wiping it down. You know, and the headliner, everything's good in here, man. It's pretty. Like when it's in good shape, they are freaking pretty, man. Look at that. Let's open the back. I mean, look at that, man. Come on. When do you ever see a car this year, this well? And look, let me show you guys something. I'm 6'5". Look at that. I fit, no problem, and that's where I was sitting. All right, look at that. I mean, geez, man. Big rear window, and there's my little dog from Uruguay. Let me show you guys. My girlfriend got this for me. It's like my little guy. But yep. And then also these windows in the back, you can put this up, which I never did. So you guys are gonna have to be a little patient with me. Oh. Okay, how the hell do you do this? Okay, I think that's it. Get you a little privacy, you know, so that's that. And then let me put this one up too so that you can, okay, I guess that's how you do it. Both the passengers in the back get a mirror and a light, both of them, as well as these privacy things. And both passengers in the back also get a cigarette lighter. So there she is, an ashtray. So if you're a smoker, there's your luxury. But yeah, don't smoke in your cars. I would advise against it. So yeah, I would go into the trunk, but I mean, you guys obviously know it's a huge trunk. You can just tell. I mean, bro, look at this thing. It is long, so you know the trunk's huge. So yeah, I think I'm gonna stop the video here. Or actually, no, I'm not. Let me take this thing for a test drive, and then I'll end it. Sorry guys, I go on tangents and I forget where I'm at in the video. All right, safety first, always. And the 4.3 liter is not known to be a speed demon. I mean, this is not a race car by any means. This is a civilian cruiser, but it is a V8, so it has enough power to overtake on the freeway. They're rated at about 270 horsepower, I think was what the number was. And so I think 290 of torque. You got your SL right there. You got some random cars. So I'm gonna look. There's the E-Class I was talking about earlier. They're really nice. Okay, lady, come on. Yeah, these Vegas drivers, technically Henderson. But yeah, let me just let's see if I can just. You can hear the V8. It's a little quick, I mean, for this little neighborhood right here. But I mean, yeah, this thing has some good power, and guys, you can't hear nothing. You know, you can't hear a single sound in here. That is the most beautiful thing about this car. You can't hear anything. Look, I'm gonna go over this bump. You can't feel it with the ABC. Man, you can't feel nothing. So if I had to summarize everything about this car and the way it drives, you don't hear anything, you don't feel anything, only when you press the gas. Some kids playing, you gotta be careful with them. And on the highway, you get about 25 a gallon if you drive very chill. And then in the city, you should get anywhere between 16 to 18 miles a gallon. So it's very good for gas if you drive normally. Very comfortable. I mean, I could drive across the country with this thing, and I would like it. I would probably enjoy it a little too much. So Yep, that's all I gotta say about this car. Any questions or anything like that, leave them in the comments, and I hope you guys enjoyed.